inclusive of the entire team, and really for all of us, we're all new. I mean, in a lot of ways, no one has any standing, so to speak, since we're all getting to know each other, and I think that's a fun process. We get a chance to gel as a group, and we all earn our stripes together.
Okay, what are some of the guys? Who are some of the guys you see making a big impact this season?
Well, I think the guys standing here right now, Zach Fish, Jared Higgins, Jason Hirsch, are all talented players that have a chance to hopefully contribute at a high level and hold down key roles in our team. I think that you look across the team. Robbie Ray's got a chance to contribute at a high level. He's a returning player that's played well in his time here. Tyler Nurden, Nick Dolsky, a couple guys on the mound that we're looking for, and probably Randy McCurry as a fifth-year senior is a guy that I'm excited to see. I think he'll have his best year in the program, and I think he's on the verge of really coming back to maybe the form he had as a freshman when he saved multiple games and was a go-to guy out of the bullpen. So those are all guys you have high hopes for, but there's a lot of other guys that I think have a chance to sneak in there and do good things. So I'm excited to see how all of them respond when they say play ball.
How's Jason Hirsch looking 15 months out of Tommy John?
He's been outstanding, really good. Can't say enough good things about the progress he's made. I mean, the key now is just to continue to maintain that high standard for himself, because he's definitely shown what he's capable of doing. He's throwing the ball great. His off-speed pitches have improved. I think he feels really good about himself. He's a confident player. I think he's had a great rapport with Coach Walton, which I think is one of the reasons why he's continued to keep taking each step. So I'm really pleased with where he's at. I think if he has to,
Coach Walton's son's on.
Yeah, Donnie.
I know he had some knee issues.
Yeah, Donnie had his knee scoped, and he's working his way back to full strength. He's a very, very tough-minded player, a good player, and has worked hard to get back to the point now where going into the season he's getting close. He's getting close, but it's going to take some time to get his legs back underneath him, so to speak. But he's in drills every single day and competing, and he's a gamer. So he'll bounce back, and whenever he's 100%, or close enough to it, he'll definitely be a big part of our team for sure.
Talented defensive shortstop, right?
Yeah, Donnie's a very good defender, very headsy player, knows the game, tough-minded player, plays every pitch like it's the last, which is an important mindset to have, especially in the middle of the diamond, where you've got to have that control center, quarterback on the field, so to speak. So he brings a lot of real positive, intangible items to the club, and definitely one of those young players that's earned the respect of his teammates. He goes about his business the right way.
How about you? How are you feeling? A few months into your first head coaching job. How are you feeling? You feel like you're growing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, nervous a little bit, to be honest with you. Excited about all the things that we've got to make sure in place so that this first trip and this first experience as a group goes the way you want it to. I think that it's just a human nature. You're excited about something, kind of like when you're waiting the arrival of your first child. It's kind of exciting yet nerve-wracking at the same time. You don't want to mess anything up, but I got great staff. I trust those guys to the last degree. Lean on those guys who've had great experiences in their past, and it's one of the strengths of this program is the fact that we have a group of coaches that are very much connected, very much in tune with one another. We put our minds together. We try to figure out what's best for this group of people and lead them in the right direction. And I feel good about what we're doing. We're ready. And yeah, anytime you do something for the first time, there's no question there's those little moments of self-doubt or you question, am I doing this right? But you know what? You got to trust your instincts, and you got to trust that you're prepared for something. And I've had great mentors that have taught me a lot, and I know that our heart's in the right place, and we'll get these guys ready.
What's maybe surprised you the most
about being a head coach? Just how important everything is. How important it is to take care of your players. How important it is to care about your fans. How important it is to reach out and communicate with alumni. How important it is to prepare every single day for every person that cares about what's going on with OSU baseball. I ultimately have that responsibility, and I love it because I care about this program so much, and I want to make sure that anybody that has an interest in what we're doing knows they matter to us. And just trying to balance that and knowing what days you can put yourself out there and what days you have to say, hey, I got to get ready for what's going on in the field. So just really learning to balance and realize that there's steps to be taken in getting to our goal. Our goal is to be the best, and you can't get there in one day, even though every day you wake up you try to. So just trying to pace yourself and trust people, which I do, and let people do their jobs and coach and let them be what you brought them here to be. And I think that's great leaders and great mentors to these guys.
Easier or harder? Easier or harder to get your first head coaching job at some place that A, means so much to you, but the advantage for you, I would guess, is you know so much about it. So when you add all the advantage, disadvantage, whatever,
yeah.
Is it better to have your first head coaching job here, or could it, be in Hawaii or somebody in Timbuktu?
Well, I'd probably say it's a lot like playing here, Robert, because when I made the decision to go to school here and play, I essentially took on my greatest passion as a player, which was to play for a program I loved and cared about. At times, did that make it too meaningful? Probably, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I felt like as a player here, I had a passion and a sense of respect for what our program meant that I felt needed to be looked after. And I think as a coach, I feel the same thing. Would it probably be maybe a different emotion if you're somewhere else? In some ways, maybe, but at the same time, you always look to do your best, whether you're here or somewhere else. And, I wouldn't have wanted this opportunity to go to anyone else. It was something that I desperately wanted to be a part of. And so, yeah, while I may have that over emotion at times, I'll trade that off for anything else. And I think that, again, great staff to help trust and prepare and balance out that desire to be great. But wouldn't have it any other way.
Obviously, you can't replace a first-round draft pick, but what have you been doing? What have you seen from the staff to maybe fill that hole left from your Friday starter?
Seen just a lot of really good progress. I think you don't replace Andrew Heaney. You just hope pitchers throughout your staff elevate their own games individually, and then you hope that over that staff, there's quality innings that are absorbed by other guys. Could one person do that? Never. Andrew was maybe the best pitcher in college baseball last year, certainly dominant if you look at his numbers. So you're not replacing him, but what you hope you're doing is developing a staff where 6, 7 different guys absorb 10 or 12 of his innings and give you quality outings. And I think that process is well underway. We've pitched the last 6 center squad games extremely well, and it doesn't surprise me because we've got a good plan. We've got kids that are buying into that. They're working hard, and most importantly, they're getting healthy. And when you see pitchers, any athlete, healthy, he starts to build momentum. He starts to feel good about what he's doing. He starts to get confident, and next thing you know, you've got a performer. So even though it's practice, I see a lot of progress, and I believe these guys will translate in the games.
Robbie mentioned that one thing you're wanting to do is utilize the speed on this team. Is that something you're wanting to focus in on?
Well, we want to play good baseball. We want to put the players and their talents in positions to be successful. And guys who are fast, you got to use your speed. Now, not all our guys run well, so the ones that don't will use their talents in other ways. Maybe it's capitalizing on the strength or back control or executing a team offensive play that's inside of something that they've got skill at. But the guys that we have that can run need to run because running game in college baseball nowadays creates runs. And the bats are a little different, so you got to tap into the power of the leg when you can. And we got some guys that can run though. We got some guys that can bunt. Yep. And we're going to put those guys out there and be aggressive. Part of that is, you may put a runner on base and have one thrown out, but you may put a runner on base and he may still second, the ball goes into center field and he's at third with one out and you got a chance to score. So you've got to believe in that side of the game. You got to understand that the pluses and minuses of playing some motion offense.